Or dime. The mayor of Providence is trying to brace property owners for a hefty tax hike.
To cover what he owes the school district, though this may not be that easy, as NBC 10 political reporter Brian Crandall tells us. Brian?
Gene Patrice, the mayor has been warning of an impending tax increase for months. Now he's telling me how much more his plan could cost property owners.
People should expect a couple $100 increase in their tax bill,
hoping to soften the impact.
People are rightfully concerned. At the same note, we have to do what's fiscally responsible.
Providence Mayor Brett Smiley outlines his plan for a significant tax increase, claiming there's not much of an alternative after the city reached a settlement in November to pay $15 million more for city schools this year. The deal ended a 5-year legal fight with the state, which claimed the city was not paying enough for the troubled school system since the state took over. Was that an oversight, though, to not, I guess, potentially plan ahead? That you might have to pay more for schools at some point down the road?
Listen, we contributed last year the largest increase to the schools, the largest increase in 17 years. And so we were trying to catch up at a responsible pace.
Smiley announced in January he'll ask state lawmakers to approve a request to let the city exceed the 4% cap on tax levy increases. He did not commit to an exact amount of a hike just yet with me, but threw out an example of 8%. Saying that would mean $350 more for the average property owner.
Nobody wants to pay additional taxes, and I'm sure it's going to cause a pretty meaningful burden on some of our taxpayers, and I'm sympathetic to that.
Smiley says his plan also calls for some city jobs, programs, and non-essential items to be eliminated. And he wants to tax parking lots to raise money.
We're doing our belt tightening.
In a statement to me, the city council spokesperson writes Council President Rachel Miller and the council, quote, are exploring all options to maintain city services without excessive tax increases or painful cuts, and that Miller will be calling on lawmakers to put a limit on the city tax levy hike request. And Smiley's plan may have already hit a snag. One of the sponsors supporting the tax levy increase in the legislature, State Representative Scott Slater of Providence, tells me he's put the brakes on the bill over confusion about it and was unsure of its future.
If we can't get the tax increase passed, then we have to make more dramatic steps, and these are going to be service reductions or other cuts.
And Smiley told me those potential cuts, again, without a tax increase that he wants, could include a 10% cut in the city workforce, closing recreation centers for part of the week, and changing trash collection to every other week. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.